Alright guys, so I didn't have a lot of time to let these bees calm down that much because there's a storm moving in and I want to get this other hive done before the storm gets here. But I wanted to show you something here if I can zoom in on them. I don't know if this camera will focus on something that small. It may not. But you can see that bee right there is carrying pollen on his legs. His pollen baskets are almost full. There's a few of these bees that have been coming in, and their pollen baskets on their legs are pretty well full. I wish I had a better camera. I'd show y'all a really good view of this, but that's pretty cool. And a lot of times those worker bees, they'll come in and they'll pass off that pollen to another bee, and that bee will take it in the hive and use it to make the comb with. And then sometimes the bees they'll take it in themselves. They'll just go ahead and take it in the hive themselves. So tell you what, I'm gonna set this camera up and I'll go ahead and try to get a better shot of the inside of the hive on this next hive, and I'll show you what I'm gonna do with it. All right, be right back. All right guys, the same thing here. I'm going to take this rock off the top, set it down to the side. Thankfully I didn't damage the paint on this one. I did on the other one. Misty's probably going to get on to me for that. She did a great job painting these things. But I'm going to take the top off. The same thing here, we're going to take this hive board here and go ahead and shake the bees off of it, because there's going to be some on the inside of here. And they've already started making propolis, which is what they use to seal the hive with. Go ahead and try to shake some of these off. And they've done the same exact thing. They started building the comb around where the queen was at. So let's check, make sure they got her out of there. Now, I don't have a hive brush, but I was looking around down there at the house, and this is just an old brush that you would use to apply wallpaper with, and it was laying in there, so I thought that'd be a heck of a lot easier than using my hands, because my hands are not as soft as this is going to be. So let's take and rake them off of there. And you can see they've got the queen out of there also. They've already opened up the hive, or opened up the hole. There was a sugar cube in there, and they ate that sugar cube out to release the queen. So she's no longer in there. She's gone. So we'll place this to the side. Same thing here. We're going to take our can of sugar water. Just kind of rake the bees off of it. That's much better. That's a lot more gentle on the bees. There's just barely any left in here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to dump it into to their honey water or sugar water that they have left. So I'll go ahead and do that here in a minute. They pretty well cleaned that out. I'm going to get the sticks out of here that I had the can sitting on. Now this time what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and remove this super and get it out of the way. And so what I can do is just kind of brush these bees back down into the hive. Super up. brush them back down in there. Now I'm going to set this super over to the side, and they'll eventually swarm back to here. They realize this is their home now. Got a couple pine needles in here. That was probably, these bees, they came from Georgia, from a farm in Georgia. So probably had a lot of pine needles around there. So we'll take and get those out of there. Now I'm going to give them some pollen. Now I really don't know if she meant a tablespoon on each one of these frames. I don't know if that's what she meant or not. I'm just going to put a few tablespoons in here, and I'll clarify with her. And if I'm supposed to add more, I'll come back later and I'll add more. And again, all that's to do is, make it a little easier on the bees to get started. When they first start out, it's a young hive. It's really hard for them to get going. So makes it a little easier on them. I want to check one of these frames. I want to see if they've been working these frames where I want to see if they've been working these frames where the queen was at, right below them. And you can see they're beginning to work that frame. Trying not to crush any bees. Alright, so put my top board back on. Kind of rake the bees back out of the way where I'm not going to hurt any of them. Oh, nearly forgot. We need to cut this honeycomb off the top board. So we need to cut this off of here. Now I'll just leave it down here at the bottom. As I was cleaning this out, those honeycombs out there, I happened to find the queen. So I wanted to make sure she got back into this hive. I definitely didn't want her out wandering around. I want her in this hive. So it was very important to make sure she got back in there. Got her in there. Good deal. Alright, put the top board back on. Oh, now the sun's going to come back out. Alright, let's put the top of the hive back on. Alright, so these guys are set for business. They should be good to go. We'll give them a little time to calm down and kind of settle their swarm, and I'll come back and check on them here in a while and see how they're doing. Okay, YouTube, so that's all for today, and basically what we'll do now is we'll just wait for that queen to get in there and start laying eggs, and for the workers to start building that comb inside the brood box. and we'll go back here, I don't know, another than a week or two. We'll go back and look into the brood box, and we'll see if the queen has been laying eggs, and see how it's going. But guys, I appreciate all your views. Thank you for watching my video, and thank you for all your interest in the bees. I'll try to keep y'all up to date as much as I can. And any comments, I know that I don't do everything correct. Like I said in the first video, this is a new adventure for me. So any experienced beekeepers that we have out there, if you have any advice or comments to make them in the comment section. Let me know what you think about it. Hey, I'm open to learn. I believe that you can't know everything, so I'm constantly open to learn anything new. So guys, like I say, thanks for your views, thanks for your support. Like my channel and subscribe. I'll put a link, as always, to my webpage. If anybody is interested in any of the classes I have coming up, they're listed on the webpage. And you can go to my Facebook page, which is Woods Walker School of Self-Reliance. And guys, thank you very much. I appreciate it.